Welcome to the deep dive. If you're trying to figure out how to pay for college, well, you're definitely in the right place today.
Yeah, it can feel overwhelming.
It really can. So today, we're going to cut through some of that confusion around financial aid. We're focusing on grants, scholarships, and loans.
The big three.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're using some insights here from Diversified College Planners. Our mission really is just to make sure you walk away with a clear picture of how these things are different.
Because knowing that difference is, honestly, it's huge for your financial planning. They all help with the cost, sure, but how they help is totally different.
Right. It's not just about getting the money, it's understanding the strings attached or not attached.
Precisely. You've got to know the terms.
Okay, so let's jump in. Grants first. What's the main thing we need to know?
Okay, grants. Think of these as need-based aid. The crucial part. You don't pay them back.
Free money, basically.
Essentially, yeah. It's awarded mainly based on your family's financial situation, determined by, income and assets.
And who's giving out these grants? Where do they come from?
Typically, you're looking at the federal government. That's the big one.
Right.
But also state governments and sometimes the colleges themselves.
And how do they figure out that need part?
That usually comes down to the FS.
Right, the free application for federal student aid.
Exactly. Filling that out accurately and on time is super important. That's step one for most grants.
Gotcha. Can you give like a common example?
Sure. The Pell Grant is probably the most well-known federal one. It helps students from lower and moderate income families with tuition, fees, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And lots of states have their own grant programs too, maybe with slightly different rules. But often just doing the FS automatically puts you in the running for those state ones as well.
Oh, that's handy. Less paperwork is always good.
Definitely.
Okay, moving on then. Scholarships. Also free money, right? But different.
Exactly. Scholarships are also money you don't repay, which is great, but they're generally merit-based.
Merit-based, meaning?
Yeah. Meaning they're awarded for something you've achieved or a talent you have. Think academics, high grades, test scores,
Okay.
or athletics, maybe community service, leadership roles, artistic talents, things like that.
So it's less about family income compared to grants.
Mostly, yes. The focus is usually on recognizing achievement or potential. Now, some scholarships might look at need too, but merit is typically the main driver.
And who offers scholarships? Is it just the colleges?
Oh no, they come from all over. Colleges offer a lot, absolutely. But also look at outside organizations, community foundations, corporations, professional groups, tons of places.
Right. And do you have to actively hunt these down and apply?
Often, yes, some college-based ones might be automatic based on your admission application, but for many, especially the outside ones, you'll need to submit applications, maybe write essays, get recommendations, sometimes even do interviews.
So requires a bit more legwork, potentially.
It can, but it's definitely worth the effort. And like grants, states often have their own scholarship programs too, maybe for staying in state or for certain academic achievement.
Okay, that makes sense. So grants mostly need, no payback. Scholarships mostly merit, no payback. Which brings us to loans.
Right. The ones you do have to pay back. That's the absolute key difference.
So loans are borrowed money.
Exactly. Borrowed money for college that must be repaid, and usually with interest added on top.
Are there different kinds?
Oh, yeah. The main split is federal versus private loans. Federal student loans, the ones from the government, generally have more benefits.
Like what kind of benefits?
Well, things like fixed interest rates, options for income-driven repayment plans if you struggle later, deferment, forbearance, more safety nets, basically.
Okay, and within federal loans?
There are two main types for undergrads, subsidized and unsubsidized. Subsidized loans are need-based, and a big plus is the government pays the interest while you're in school at least half-time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. With unsubsidized loans, though, need isn't required, but interest starts adding up right away, even while you're studying.
Got it. Interest accrues immediately on unsubsidized.
Correct. And then you've got private loans from banks or credit unions, but their terms can vary a lot, and they usually don't have those same federal protections. Sometimes states offer loans too, but again, you need to check the details.
So boiling it down, it sounds like the advice, maybe like what Diversified College Planners suggest, is really aim for grants and scholarships first. Maximize that free money.
Absolutely, 100%. Grants and scholarships reduce the actual price tag of college. Loans just postpone the payment.
Right. They kick the can down the road, but with interest.
Exactly. The goal should always be to minimize how much you need to borrow. Graduating with less debt just gives you so much more freedom after college.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
So understanding these differences is really the first crucial step for anyone listening who's trying to plan this out.
It truly is. You're in a much better position to make smart choices once you grasp this.
So quick recap then. Grants need-based, don't pay back.
Check. Scholarships usually merit-based, don't pay back.
Check. And loans have to be repaid with interest.
You got it. That's the core distinction.
And knowing that is step one. I think the big takeaway is you really have to be proactive, right? Don't just default to thinking about loans.
Definitely. Seek out those grant and scholarship opportunities. They can make a massive difference to your bottom line. It's about being informed.
Well, hopefully this breakdown helps clear things up. Understanding grants, scholarships, and loans really is fundamental for navigating college costs and aiming for a sound financial start after graduation.
Couldn't agree more.
So, maybe take a moment now to think about which of these 8 types might fit your situation best and where you might start looking for more specific info. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.